Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the After Hours DLC. First up, I want to show you a little clip that I got during one of the business goods free mode events where there were two people fighting each other over the business good, but instead I decided to join in, snack their stuff, and drive away again. Wonderful. But that being one of the highlights of the DLC is also immediately what I think is the most fun inside of this DLC, which is the business goods free mode events. I literally have a timer set to 15 minutes right now for whenever there's going to be a new one coming around, because these things happen every 15 minutes and sometimes for some bizarre reason other free mode events occur as well, like the parachute or anything that I don't really think that should be a thing when we have this business goods going on, because this to me is a lot of fun to do. But if you look at the rest of the gameplay that is in the nightclubs, you have to promote club missions, which is essentially 7 different missions, and that's kind of it. Some of them are cooler than the others. I mean, it's still in a way typical GTA missions. Flying around with the blip is quite cool. It's not the most thrilling, exciting mission, but after you're done with the mission, you can simply fly around in the blip still. So it's quite cool as, out of nowhere, you suddenly see your blip go by and you're thinking, what the hell is going on here? The first time it happened, I walked out of my biker business. It was like, what the hell is this? And how did it get here? And it was just some of my crew members that were just messing around with it too. So, I mean, in that regard, there is like the missions that we do have, they're cool, especially the business goods. I tremendously enjoy that. It's the main reason why I'm still playing the game. And if you're wondering what I think about the whole business side of the nightclubs, I've done an entire video on it, so I'll link it in the eye in the sky above so you can check it all out. I'll go over all the details of like how much it costs, how much you're going to be able to earn with it. So if you're interested in that, then check that out. But what I mainly want to touch on in this video is the wasted potential that this DLC has. The main reason I'm saying that is because a lot of the gameplay was locked behind drip feeding. Yes, they're now also locking away missions and stuff like that behind drip feed. Now with the DJs, I get it, right? You have a week of this DJ, you have a week of that DJ, etc, etc. It makes it more interesting to come back to the game and check out a new DJ, but if you're locking away missions and some of the things that I guess a lot of people were excited for, which is locked to the new MOC called the Terabyte or whatever it's called, that's where you can get all your supplies for your existing businesses and all that stuff like that. And why that's not in the game right now, or even on the laptop that is in the nightclub, which is what I was assuming that was going to happen whenever I saw the trailer, is just a really big shame to me. Like, this is a bunch of gameplay that's just simply being locked behind drip feeding. And what we're left with now is a very small amount of gameplay that we have. Basically, the main thing that we have is business goods, free mode events. While that's cool and that's great, it really helps out your business if you manage to like get 1 or 2 crates and keep doing that every 15 minutes. But the issue with that as well is that you have to wait for a new one to show up. It's not like you can just start the mission and then just go for it. No, you have to wait 15 minutes. What are you going to do in that 15 minutes? Sure, you could do a club promotion mission, but at its core, promoting your club and having that be popular, there's only one reason to do so, and that's so you can have a select amount of drinks still available so you can get the Kiflom shirt. So what we're left with now is we're having to wait like a week or 2 weeks or however long it is until we're going to get that new MOC, and with that new MOC we're actually going to be able to play some new missions. Why did they lock that behind drip feed? I really wonder why they decided to lock gameplay and things that people want to play a new DLC for. Why did they lock that behind drip feeding? If I launch up a new GTA Online DLC, I want to have a good few hours of gameplay related things to do. Before the DLC was released, you got all these leaks and everyone hyping up like, oh man, it's going to be fantastic and it's going to be great. It's going to be a very big DLC, 2 DLCs combined, this and that. And this just kind of feels like almost like we got the same amount of gameplay as we had in March when the Southern San Andreas Super Sports Supercar Super Hooray Racing Car DLC that came out. Because right now that looks like it had more gameplay in there with all the new cars and hot ring races and all that shit than we have right now. Like, don't get me wrong, the nightclubs are great, right? You can do a bunch of things in there. There's a lot of things to explore in there, especially with like Gtamen and Laszlo that just, roam around the premise of the nightclub nightclub, and I've seen plenty of screenshots and videos of like Last of Sunday using like a horsey or whatever, or his light sticks and whatnot. It's all interesting and it's all fun to have those things and experience them, but at its core, I would not really be someone personally that will go around and start dancing all the time in a nightclub. Because to be very blunt about it, basically what dancing is going to the rhythm and pressing X on your PS4. And that's it. It's cool. You can do a whole bunch of things. Like, you can really see they put a lot of effort in a nightclub. And it is a fantastic space. It's a great social space. And if you're someone that really likes to mess around with your friends in a nightclub, then the opportunities for you are there. Oh, would you look at that? It's time for a new business goods mission. I'll be right back. So it wasn't actually a business goods mission. It was actually a call from English Dave giving me a special mission, which was quite cool. I'll show the gameplay of it right now. But all jokes aside, let's quickly go over what exactly is actually still missing from the DLC right now, and it's going to be Dripfeed. Obviously, that's going to be the vehicles and the usual stuff like adversary modes. But here's another thing that is actually still missing. It's DJ missions. Free mode missions, terabyte jobs, which feature a returning character as a mission giver, which I won't spoil. And obviously there's also the new treasure hunt mission, and there's also a radio that's being Dripfeed too. So yeah, that's quite a bunch of content, and I personally would have just loved to at least get the terabyte without the jobs even, so you have that core little thing that a lot of people were looking forward to, that you're able to organize your existing businesses within that MOC, because apparently that's what you're going to be able to do. If you're able to do that, the same thing for your nightclub business, I hope so, because if that's the case, it's going to make a complete 180 for the nightclub business as well. But time will tell on that one. When exactly everything is going to be released, we don't know, but there's a lot of cool vehicles coming up too. One in particular that I'm I guess looking forward to, and a lot of people aren't, but I'll spare you all the spoilers for those who don't want them. But yeah, like I said, it's a lot of wasted potential in the nightclub business, especially. There's a lot more stuff that they could have done with it, especially because you have this really big space with all your existing businesses. They're using them anyway, so why not just leave that be? Don't make an entire new business out of what we already have. Like, it would have been great to just be able to organize all your existing businesses, use those vehicles like the Pounder Custom in the old businesses as well, because then it gives that vehicle another purpose to use it. You don't have to deal with post-OP fans anymore and biker sales, for example. These are all things that they could have done, but for some reason they didn't. They chose to go the old way again of having a very cool space to do your nightclub stuff. And I feel like that is the main focus of the DLC that has been released so far. They really want people to go out and explore the nightclubs. And while that's cool, a lot of people are still going to be on the side of me, more than likely, like, hey, with a new DLC, we really want to have some new gameplay. We don't want to, try to find things to do ourselves in like a nightclub or anything like that. That's just my take on it. Of course, I'd love to know what you think about the DLC. Try to keep it civil, not go the whole, oh man, worst DLC ever, this and that. Because I feel like you can't really judge the DLC too much yet, because the DLC hasn't been fully released. Like, I'm looking forward to see what the free mode missions are going to be like, and the terabyte jobs, and the DJ missions, like more actual gameplay that's going to be able to hopefully lift this DLC up in the right direction. If not, I mean, yeah, that's unfortunate, but we're going to be in this type of era of the nightclubs for a little while. I'm pretty sure that this is going to be the last DLC for GTA Online until Red Dead, so they're probably going to spread that out for the next 3 months or so, because as the time of recording this, it's exactly 3 months until Red Dead comes out, so typically they have been doing like 3 months of drip feeding with big DLCs, so time will tell. Hopefully Rockstar is gonna surprise us with that other content, and hopefully in future DLCs they will be taking a lesson from this and release a base content that is at least substantial enough to make people think, oh hey, this DLC is quite cool, I'm looking forward to seeing more about it. But as of now, I personally don't feel that's the case. The only thing that is making me want to play the GTA Online nightclub DLC, After Hours DLC, however you want to call it, is basically the business good free mode event, and that's about it. But anyway, with all that said and done, thank you so very much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, and I'll see you all later.